All right, so on this show today, we are celebrating the spirit of women entrepreneurs, and to share her success story with me today, I have Vaishali Nigam Sinha, co-founder Renew. Vaishali, hi, good evening, and welcome to the show. Thank you so much for taking time out and sharing your success stories with our women investors. All right, so before I talk about your professional journey and your struggle and your success story, on your entrepreneurial journey. I just want to understand the entire inspiration that you might have to be a very successful businesswoman, or what was that ideal in your head, or maybe that particular goal that you might have set for yourself that inspired you to be what you are today.
Hi, first of all, thank you. It's a pleasure to be on this show, and congratulations to all the women entrepreneurs and women actually on this very special day. And thank you for a program on this topic. I think it's a very important topic because we really don't have many women entrepreneurs. When it comes to me, I think I was a bit of an accidental entrepreneur in this venture, but after having worked as a banker and in finance and in the private sector, I think I was a little bit done with that, and I wanted to explore my passion. And at that time, my passion really was, to be able to work and marry technology with impact. So I started a platform called iCharity. And so, to answer your question, perhaps if you're passionate about something, it could be anything. It could be an industry. It could be the concept or the idea of wanting to create value, to make money. It depends on what drives you, but there must be something which drives you. And I think then you should be able to take some amount of risk, because when you're an entrepreneur, nothing is aligned and lined up. So it's really about your self belief and what you want to do, and how confident you are, and how sort of thick skinned you are about not looking stupid. Because let me talk to you about the next venture. When we started Renew, which is actually a venture which was started by Sumant, my husband, and I was an accidental companion in this journey, but had my sort of fingers deep inside the venture. People just didn't believe that this could be a sector or a business model which would work, because the cost of renewable energy was way more expensive than conventional. But when you have a plan, when you have sort of the conviction that there is an opportunity to do something which nobody has really done before, I think that's when you should really go for it, because that's where the opportunity lies. But as they say, the devil is in the details. It's really about ensuring that, the numbers and the modeling and the finances, the capital, and your ability to work. In our case, it was a very B2G business, aligns with your ability to be able to impact, say, for example, in our case, policy and capital. So, you have to be realistic about what needs to be done, and have
Exactly.
never give up sort of
Yeah.
an attitude. Yeah.
That is very important and beautifully explained, and the way your journey also developed. I think life sometimes has its own plans for you, and sometimes you just need to surrender and have conviction in what you want to do and just believe in yourself, which is quite evident in your story. But then look at your journey. I mean, if you talk about starting from 1997, an associate in JP Morgan Securities, and now where you are, I want to understand the set of challenges that you went through. Yes, you already had someone in terms of you partnered with in your professional journey where you are now. But apart from that, when you were venturing out alone, or when maybe you were just taking that first step, what were the challenges? What were the thoughts in your mind? As a society, yes, we are opening up on the concept of having more women entrepreneurs, or women owned businesses, but we are still not there, Vaishali. You will also agree to this. Did you face those kind of challenges as well when you were starting out?
Yeah. So in 97, I was a professional. It was really about fighting hard for a job which you wanted to get. And I think that really toughens you to do well. I was in New York and in London, which are, global sort of financial centers. So the competition is tough. I think it prepares you to do whatever you want to do. I think that sense of self-belief. But just coming to your question on the challenges women entrepreneurs face, I've never really thought of myself as being at the receiving end of what women don't have or haven't been able to get. But the reality is, and the fact is, that in the large set of numbers of entrepreneurs we have, in India, only 20% are, women-owned businesses, right? So, it's not a good statistic. We really need to work on it. There are subconscious biases which exist with respect to funding women-led ventures. And so women have to fight doubly hard to get to, I think, where men entrepreneurs end up getting. So I think that is a biggest sort of obstacle, but there are enough women entrepreneurs out there who have been successful. So all I have to say to the women entrepreneurs out there, it's really about an idea. It's really about your conviction in that idea and your self-belief and your determination, and not hesitating, as I said, to look foolish to some, but you know what you're doing. So be confident. But we really need to really ensure that there are many more allies supporting women who are founders and want to set up companies, because when women get engaged, I think there is a lot we can do. And if we accelerate women's entrepreneurship, I just wanted to share with you, India could create about 30 million women-owned enterprises and a potential of about 150 million jobs in this area itself. So it's a huge opportunity.
Vaishali, one very personal question to you. What was your first salary and what did you do with that?
All right. Well, my first salary wasn't a small amount. It was at the upper end of what associates got in investment banks. I was at JP Morgan. That was my first job. I was super excited about it. I did think about, the first thing was to give my elders a gift. So honestly, being brought up in a traditional way, I just felt indebted to the family, broader family, and for the education, the high quality education I had got. And it was just about gratitude. So maybe not very interesting, but that's what I prioritized then. But I was very happy with an income and the independence which came along with it. I was able to live in a very nice neighborhood in New York City, but I didn't have time to enjoy it because everybody had to work very long hours then.
So what kind of a relationship with money does Vaishali has? I'm talking about personal finance. So what is or how is your rapport with your money?
Sure. See, first of all, for me, money is really more about independence and self-dependence. It gives you, a position in your ecosystem where you're not dependent on anybody. And I think that is super empowering. So for me, money is really predominantly about the independence it gives you. And I think all women should prioritize that. I think it's important for women to manage their finances and be independent, irrespective of your marital status or any inheritance status. Independence is super empowering, and really that does come with financial independence. So for me, economic independence equates to, just being independent.
One last question, Vaishali. Do you have a bucket list, and what are the items that you have ticked off from that bucket list, and what is remaining?
Wow, that's a tough question. I do have a bucket list, and it's a very, once upon a time, my bucket list was around perhaps education and travel and so on and so forth. I continue to maintain that, and I think I've also figured that it's really important to enjoy every single day and make the most of every day. And having a bucket list is good, but we shouldn't get too tied to that. I think enjoy and have gratitude for what you have today. And I think that
Definitely.
is the best way we can live.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking your time out and connecting with us, and giving great tips to our women viewers, and helping them understand how important it is for them to be financially independent. Thank you so much, Vaishali, for being on the show today.
Thank you
Thank
for
you.
having me on your show. Bye-bye.
Thank you. All right, on that note, it's time for a quick break, but post that, we'll be having Mr. Christine Mamaji on the show, who will be answering and, in fact, sorting out your financial portfolio queries live after this break.
सर इन्हें क्रिप्टो करके लाइफ सेट करनी है पर